Hello and welcome to SML Primetime, the official commissioners podcast of the SML League. Let's get that 10-minute timer going and talk SML football. It's Valentine's Day edition of the show. So we're going to start off with a matchmaking topic. And for me, I wanted to come up with something creative, comparing SML members to quarterbacks. I got a couple, 3, 4, 5, and I want to see what you guys in chat, who you want to compare to a quarterback as well. So for me, Tiny Titan right now is the SML version of Sam Darnold. Tiny Titan is garbage. He was trash. He was seeing ghosts out there on the field. But now, all of a sudden, Tiny Titan's beating QP. He's in the playoff push right now. He's the number 6 seed in the NFC. Nearly made it last season. Tiny Titan is the SML Sam Darnold. QP is SML Russell Wilson right now. Once upon a time, he was with the Legion of Boom. He was strong. He was cool. He was fly. Everybody wanted to have him on his team. Now he's dropped off. He has dropped off hard. And I think he can come back. I like QP. He's my friend. SML's better when he's great. But right now, he's the SML Russell Wilson. KP, he's Eli Manning. He is Eli Manning. Missing the playoffs here and there. Come back, beating undefeated season. I mean, that's a layup, right? And my last one, AJ. AJ is Kirk Cousins. Who hates Kirk Cousins? Nobody. Nobody hates Kirk Cousins. They all kind of like him. Fans do across the NFL. Big spotlight moments, he folds. But occasionally he'll get the win he shouldn't get. That's AJ in a nutshell. Moving on now, it's playoffs coming up here, SML. And boy, oh boy, is the AFC a toss-up. Of course, you got your big guns. You've got your Bombers. You've got your Dans. You've got your QPs. You got your KPs if he makes it. Those guys can win it at any given moment. But you even have a Meats in the world. I think if Eddie makes it, I think Eddie could win a Simbardi. When I look at that, if you take Slice out, Slice, I like you, no disrespect to you. I think you're going to lose that spot to Eddie. And if you put Eddie in there, and even if you take KP out and swap him with Tug, anybody in that conference can win that conference, in my opinion. That conference is such a toss-up, and that's not a slight at anybody. That's just how good those guys are and how I think close those guys are. And each of them has a really, really, really good team. So to me, that AFC is just such a big toss-up this year, now more than ever. Obviously, even that 1 seed is still up for grabs. QP, 4 losses. Bomber, 4 losses. Dan, 5 losses. Meats, 4 losses. So that number 1 seed's still up for grabs right now. And that conference has never been more of a toss-up than it is this season, in my opinion. Speaking of that conference, Meats has some big wins this season. He beat me, obviously. He's beaten Damon. He's had some other quality wins. 10-4. I feel like this is the best Meats has been playing all cycle. Obviously, he had a personal thing. He's got the new baby. Everybody loves Meats. I'm just saying, if I'm in that conference, and if there's one guy I don't want to play, it's Meats. Because if you lose, you still lost to the folding chair, right? And he's a folding chair until he wins that Simbardi. But I'm just saying this. Years ago, when Meats first got in the SML, he was always crowned the next big thing. And then he kept losing, and he kept losing, and he kept losing until he wasn't. And then he was a folding chair. Meats right now, he's got his favorite team. He's playing well. The Ravens are good. In a conference where it's a toss-up in any given Sunday, I'm just saying, don't be shocked if Meats makes a Super Bowl this season. Super Meats. Now, if I have to play him in the Super Bowl, I'll crush him. I won't let that little weasel win a Simbardi. But I'm just saying, Super Meats is legit. I think he has the talent it takes to win. He's just got to stay composed. And I think he's more comfortable in his skin than he's ever been before. He's got Lamar Jackson. He's not afraid to use him. Watch out, AFC, because I really, really think Meats could make a push for that thing if you guys aren't careful. Nobody can let that happen, in my opinion. So please, AFC, lock in, boys. Lock in. Unlikely contenders as we kind of gear up for the playoff push. Obviously, Tiny's probably going to make the playoffs. MMX looking like he might make the playoffs. If he doesn't, maybe ZBD does. But I want to say the guys who are in the playoffs that aren't your usuals, that aren't your primes, that aren't your Dans, that aren't your Bombers, whatever the case may be, who's the unlikely contender to make it? Right now, for me, as I look at the NFC, and I've said this ad nauseum now, I think it's AJ coming out of the NFC. I think he's the unlikely contender that legit has a shot at winning a Lombardi because he plays a straight up sim style, good defense at times, runs the ball well. I think AJ could be that unlikely contender out of the NFC. Out of the AFC, if he makes it, it's Tug. It's Tug. I just went over Meats. I think Meats the most likely, but an unlikely guy that you got to watch out for. Imagine that Super Bowl, AJ versus Tug. That'd be fun to watch for, I think, the entire SML. But again, when I look at these conferences, I think the AFC is a lot more of a toss-up on who could come out of it right now. The NFC's got 2 or 3 guys. AFC's got 7 when I look at this. AFC's got 7 legit guys who could make it. As I rank the top 5 most likely guys to win the Super Bowl this season, number 1 is me. Number 2, it's Dan. After Dan, I'm going to go QP. And I know I just called him Russell Wilson earlier, but I still think he's close to the number 1 seed. When it comes playoff time, I think he can make it happen. Number 4, this is going to sound crazy, but it's Meats. I just hammered it home. I think, again, you notice that. There's Prime and there's 3 other AFC guys. Now my NFC guy is Stavo. That's it. That's my top 5 most likely to win the Lombardi this season list. I do believe that Stavo is getting better. He's getting more dialed in as a player and more comfortable with his life situation, which allows him to be more competitive. Now, I'll say this also. I left Bomber off the list. I think Bomber, who's the number 1 seed right now, can win a Super Bowl, but I watched that interception against Dan and I thought to myself, and I'm going to talk about that now. And this goes for Bomber, but this is kind of for everybody. Find a way to relax, man. Just play your game like it's a week 6 regular season game. I watched that interception Bomber threw against Dan and the game Bomber had in his hands. Madden's going to screw everybody at some point in every game. At some point in every game, something bad's going to happen. How do you rebound from it? How do you keep your emotions in check? And how do you handle the pressure? We've seen Bomber kind of fold against Dan. That's just the truth of it. That's why I left Bomber off my list. If he could find a way to kind of harness those emotions, Bomber skyrockets, in my opinion. He's got the team fits him. He's got a good running game. He's got a dynamic quarterback. Bomber can win that conference multiple times if he could check those emotions. But just for everybody who's in the SML playoffs, stick to your identity. First and foremost, if you're a runner, stick to running the ball. Yeah, if you want to add a wrinkle here or there, 1 or 2 little hot routes here, I get that. It's the playoffs. Guys are going to study and they're going to know your tendencies. Don't beat something you're not. And in the biggest moments, find a way. Just find a way to say, hey, it's a Madden game. Let's breathe and let's just play the game. Don't make it bigger than it has to be. And I think too often guys make it bigger than it has to be. And myself, before the 4th and 16 game, I was in a little bit of a rut for a while there. And I told myself, just go out there and sling it, man. And that's what you guys got to do. And that's my advice to anybody in the SML playoffs right now. Don't make it bigger than it has to be. It's Commissioner Podcast. It's Commissioner time for me just to talk on a topic in the SML. I've got about a minute and a half to go here. And I want to talk about a pet peeve of mine. I haven't seen it as much lately, but just some advice. Passive-aggressive comments in chat, whether it's about a rule, about another member, suspension, former members, whatever the case may be. I hate to see it. I just hate to see it. The reality is we're going to make a suspension or we're going to make a decision that you won't always agree with. The NFL does it all the time. They're a multi-billion-dollar organization, and they suspend guys and have inconsistencies all the time. We're just a bunch of hobbyists. We do the best we can, and we try to be as honest as we can throughout. We're going to make mistakes. We're not perfect. So I say all that to say, if there's a rule you don't like or if there's a decision you don't like, I just ask you, can you do any better? Maybe, maybe not. Would you be able to make this one little decision a little bit better? Maybe, maybe not. But just cut the passive-aggressive comments in chat. Doesn't solve anything. And just putting in chat, complaining about a situation and not offering a solution in private is just complaining. I like solutions, not crybabies. That's my thing. And when I often look at members who I struggle to have grace with, it's people who don't have grace back for others. So that's my commissioner topic of the day. When you're playing somebody, when you're in chat, when you think of these things, have grace, because at some point you're going to need it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day. SML playoffs is here.